So my name is Emmy James, and beginning in middle school and throughout my entire collegiate career, I have experienced extreme discomfort from the activewear undergarments available on the market today. It was often the difference between me giving 40% in a game and 100% in a game. The problem is they're made from these synthetic materials that are not conducive to our body. Could you imagine a 4 to 5 hour practice slot wearing something that is not conducive to your body? And this issue is not just limited to collegiate athletes. Active women perform every single day. On this next slide, I'm going to show you just one testimonial from an upcoming WNBA prospect on her experience.
Hello all, my name is Kai Franklin and I play at the University of Kansas for the University of Kansas women's basketball team. And I've been playing since the age of 4, and I've always had an issue with just playing with the discomfort of just, tight-fitting spandex or just not being able to find the right undergarments. You're dealing with issues like yeast infections and just so many other things that no matter the product of who the brand is coming from, I think that these spandex hold bad chemicals that could affect our bodies.
So I had to cut it short because of the time. But my company's solution is an all-natural, moisture-wicking, and ventilated athletic short. We want to emphasize this being made specifically for a woman's vaginal health, and we also wanted to create it to be affordable for our collegiate audience. Here's a brief competitive analysis of my company in comparison to a few others with a similar aesthetic and niche. Now, the most distinguishing factor being it providing natural materials and also being moisture-wicking and providing ventilation at the same time. Here's what the women's activewear market looks like today. Now, we've defined the serviceable, obtainable market to be $22.5 billion in the United States. We just plan to penetrate that market by 1%. Here's what we expect to do in 3 years. Now, right now, we're really focusing on prototype and manufacturing. In the following year, we want to focus on engaging multiple influencers, like some high-level athletes. And then the next year, we really want to penetrate the NCAA and WNBA with those partnerships. Our go-to-market strategy is going to be directly through our website. So we want to focus on e-commerce and really focus on influencer marketing, once again, using high-level athletes to really market our products. Here's our team. I think this is what makes me so distinguished, I have 3 serial entrepreneurs and the executive vice president of Jacksonville University. Once again, our company's mission is to create an all-natural, feminine, health-conscious product. We want to make something for women to be comfortable in while they're performing activity, just like the men. While doing so, we want to contribute to supporting young girls through sponsorships and product donations. Right now, we're raising a pre-seed round of $100,000 for research, product development, initial manufacturing and product inventory, and marketing and advertising. What I want to leave you guys with today is empowering women starts with understanding them. Let's create a future where women's well-being is a shared priority. Thank you.
Emmy, great presentation. And I was thinking about the market that you're marketing to. It's a very specific niche market. What are some of the ways you're going to kind of go about that? How are you currently kind of creating that traction and driving that kind of influencer growth? Because once you get one, they continue to fall like a domino effect. So I just wanted to hear how you're doing that now.
Good question. Well, I'm actually a collegiate athlete. I was playing for multiple years at a high level, and I know a lot of them. And a lot of us experience this. So I know a lot of WNBA players, former Olympians, so I can really use my friends. That's the beauty of the position that I'm in. I'm my actual primary source, just infiltrating the system through my fellow friends.
As the only woman on this judging panel, I wear athletic wear all the time, regardless if I am in Florida, right, when it's 120 degrees. I see far more than just, being on the court or whatnot. And I think that this is a huge need, being someone who does spend a lot of money every year on athletic wear. So I just want to give you major props for thinking of this and actually being forward-thinking in a way that it's definitely a need that I see that needs to be addressed. And there are a ton of, your social media is flooded with this spandex pant and this is going to help with cellulite and that's going to, whatever it might be, right? This is a true need, and I'm going to tell you this is wonderful. Is there anyone else out in the market even looking at this? Do you know?
There's actually one company that recently raised $1.3 million in crowdfunding. She's doing something similar, but she's not using natural materials. And so it's kind of like she's trying to solve the same issue, but she's doing the same thing. And it's a concept called greenwashing, where you say you're doing something, but you're using the same materials as Nike, Lululemon, and Under Armour. And so she's trying to solve a similar issue, but she is not providing natural materials.
Do you have an actual prototype?
That's what we're in the process of developing. And so it's still in the ideation stage. We're in a process right now of testing a series of different fabrics because there's not many natural materials that have elasticity. And so you got to do a lot of different blending and textile engineering to really figure out what can actually do the job. But once the recipe is done, it's going to be revolutionary.
Great presentation. In the long run, do you want to create this as your brand and sell at scale, or do you want to white label this and sell this through all the other activewear companies out there?
I've actually considered white labeling because I don't necessarily care to be in the forefront. I don't care about being famous or credible, but I think using a company like Nike or Lululemon, them simply changing the material and the amount of women that care about those brands and that are loyal to those brands, it can really be big. So I have considered white labeling.
How do you protect yourself from these other activewear, sportswear, New Balance type companies? What's going to stop them from encroaching on your market once you've developed it?
That's a great question. Honestly, I don't have the answer for that. Hopefully, by that time, we're white labeling, they're using my resources. It's a simple problem. I don't know why they haven't thought about it.
I think you're going to have to reconsider being famous. I think that's what you're going to need to maintain control over your brand. You or someone like you become the spokesperson, and I think a way for you to fund this would be something like through Kickstarter, GoFundMe, right? Because you've got an athletic audience through the colleges, universities, who I think you would appeal to. So that might be an interesting way to raise your initial funding and get an initial market and start your brand. Just a thought.
Thank you.
And I just want to add one thing, because I am local and I am in this space, I would love to connect with you afterwards in real life to talk
Okay,
more.
thank you.
You're welcome.